Toronto Raptors guard Fred VanVleet was clearly frustrated with the refereeing in his team's 115-108 loss to the Chicago Bulls on Tuesday night. In a post-game press conference, VanVleet went off on NBA referees and called out the inconsistencies in their calls. VanVleet's criticism came after he was called for a technical foul in the third quarter for arguing with referee Ben Taylor. He was unhappy with the call and the fact that the referees seemed to be calling the game differently for both teams. "I think it's a tough pill to swallow when you see the way that some of these games are being called," VanVleet said. "I don't want to get too deep into it, but some of these guys are able to get calls all year long, and certain guys, it's just not the same." VanVleet then went on to say that the inconsistency in the refereeing is hurting the game and making it difficult for players to know what to expect. "I think the refs are going to have to do a better job of being consistent, and it's not just for our team, it's for the league in general," VanVleet said. "It's hard to know what's a foul and what's not a foul. It's hard to know what you can and can't do. And it's frustrating for players, it's frustrating for coaches, it's frustrating for fans." VanVleet also took issue with the fact that players are being fined for criticizing referees, but the referees themselves are not being held accountable for their mistakes. "I think the players are the ones that have to deal with the consequences of it, and we get fined for talking about it, but they don't get held accountable," VanVleet said. "So that's something that's got to change." VanVleet's comments come at a time when the NBA has been dealing with an increase in complaints from players and coaches about the quality of the refereeing. Some have criticized the league for trying to make the game too soft by calling fouls too easily, while others have complained about the lack of consistency in the calls. NBA officials have acknowledged the issues and have taken steps to try to improve the quality of the refereeing. In 2020, the league introduced a new rule that allows coaches to challenge certain calls, and they have also increased the use of replay in order to get more calls right. Despite these efforts, many players and coaches still feel that there is a lot of work to be done. VanVleet's comments are likely to add to the debate and put more pressure on the league to make changes. The Raptors guard finished the game with 22 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists, but it was not enough to prevent the team from slipping to a 17-26 record on the season. The loss also marked the team's 7th defeat in their last 10 games. VanVleet's frustration with the refereeing is understandable given the Raptors' struggles this season, but it remains to be seen whether his comments will lead to any changes in the way the game is officiated. For now, it is clear that the issue of refereeing will continue to be a hot topic in the NBA.